confident, courageous.
Anyway, you have to sit down and ask questions.
How far would you be able to go if you have to lose that source of income that you have to show up to get paid? That is the level that you are working towards. So maybe let's say you lose, if let's say next month they don't pay you, or you lose your job. How many years, how many months can you stay without you getting anything? And if you have worked for 10 years or so, I think that you should be able to put your money, the little money that you save out of that, into another thing that will be able to give you money, whether you can show up so that you don't go to work anyway, but you still have some money coming. So you are structuring your life, you're designing your life towards that. So when others are, sometimes when people start to get work, the money that comes, the way they spend the money shows whether they are going to have financial freedom or they are going to be a lot of people will dress nice, wear nice clothes, drive nice cars, even have nice houses, but the moment they lose the job, everything will start to go somewhere. They run everything on debt, they run everything on credit, things like that. You're supposed to use those tools to structure your finances, so that if you lose that job is good, the job is okay. I'm not against job, but the income that is coming, use that to build a lifestyle that when you don't have to work again, you'll be able to sustain your life for a very long time. And that will require you to sacrifice a lot. That will require you to be very inconvenient. When others are watching football, you're planning, you're structuring, you're designing something, you're starting another source of income. You're using the internet, you're building another business somewhere. You're always working to get to a stage that even if you lose that business, if that business goes down, you still have some things invested that will bring money to take care of yourself and to take care of your money. Work towards this. It's something that is so critical. Your family, your health, your peace largely depend on these things. Never let anybody take that from you. If you don't have money, if you have not worked with money, if you have not planned the money, a lot of things will go bad for you. So work to increase your source of income. Be diligent, spend wisely when you have to do any capital intensive project, or when you want to spend a lot of money to buy anything, think twice. Because the essence of the money that is coming to you is that you multiply it. It's not for you to spend it. It's for you to multiply, grow it. Said that if you lose that business, you lose that job, you'll be able to live. Work to get to a stage where you don't have to work to eat. Work, now you are working, now you have a job. Work after 5 years, 10 years. Said that you don't have to work to eat. You don't have to wait for that salary to eat. You don't have to wait for that salary to pay the hospital bills. You don't have to wait to work for that, wait for that salary to be able to pay the mortgage or the rent. This is something that you do, and all of us can do it. So long as one seed comes to your hand, that is a seed that you can grow. So long as it calls for a lot of discipline, but it's something that you must desire to work towards. Freedom is nothing but finance. This world is economics. This world is about money. It's about power. Those who don't have it are at the mercy of those who have. That's why they can insult you at the workplace and you still have to show up, because you need that money. Never trivialize it, and don't hope that one day things will change. That's deception. Don't just lose. Don't leave it to lotto. Don't leave it to chance. There's something that you have to work towards. You have to plan. You have to design it. You have to stick with it. It's like you're building a house. You don't just leave it. You get the architect to draw something for you. The structure engineers coming to do something. You will use calculation, and you're able to build a nice house. If you want to go 100 steps, you need very technical eyes to design that. The same thing. Your finances, they are more complicated than you building even that structure. If you lose God, you work all your life and you'll be in pain. A lot of people say that you're frustrated because of what? Most people's problems in this life is directly or indirectly linked to money. Never forget that. And the high rate of divorce is largely linked to financially related problems. You want to, the woman is working here, you are working here because you need that work to survive. The school fees is a problem, you're always arguing. Most of my friends say that if you see any couple argue in the morning, it's likely it's about money. It's likely related to money. I think it's likely to be true, because it's volatile. Something is very sensitive, yet it controls a lot. in this world. So the world will feed you with entertainment, will feed you with comedy, will feed you with politics. Sometimes you are watching something and you see things that politicians are talking about or religious people are talking about, and everybody's watching that. But when the things that will give the people the power over their own lives, like financial power, most people say that, this one I don't want. And that's why they are the mercy of those who have. All of us have the power to create our own financial freedom, our own financial independence. We have, you have, I have. You don't have to even be, you don't have to even be born in a rich family, even though that is an advantage. Even if you are born in a very poor family, you can still work with this. You can still design your plan. Don't design your finances to build a house. Don't design your finances to buy a nice car. Design your finances so that you get to a stage where you are free. That you can say that I don't have to keep this job, but I have to go to work because I want my life to be relevant, but not so much because I need this salary. And that calls for a plan, and that calls for very intentional thinking over the money that comes to you. Wherever that you place that money, whatever instrument that you learn to put that money in, will go on to show in the next 10 years, the next 20 years, whether you still have to show up to work. Some people will say that, when I become a doctor, I become an engineer, no, it's not necessarily. Some people are paid thousands. Some people are paid a lot of money, but they still have to keep the job. Why? Because they spend everything that comes in. You want to look rich, but when you know a very rich person, you see it in their investment. A lot of the times it's not in their salary. Salary is not part of it. It's just one source of income, no matter how big it is. It's what you do with what comes, and how many of those that you can really build, in addition, that you can copy, you can replicate. How many of those will decide whether you'll be independent or not? So study it as a subject. It has everything to do with your life, your health, your peace, your joy, everything. The finances, the money. So you study it. So I want to say thank you very much for taking your time to watch this fight for your financial freedom. Fight for it. Thank you. Confident, courageous.
Anyway, you have to sit down and ask questions and look for